Well, I'm just kind of curious, Adam. You know, you're a young man, 32 years old. What sort of adventures do you see in your future? It might not be, going out on the Brooks Range, but uh, when you make a trip like this, you think about some other ways to live. Have you drawn any inspiration or thoughts or ideas on things you could do in your life that, it's Glenn, I think the stories that Glenn told, I think he was in around 85 episodes of Life Below Zero, really weren't so much about, to me anyway, they weren't so much about, shooting a moose or building a bridge or whatever. Most people aren't going to do that, but it was inspiring to people to consider other ways to live their life. That's one of the things I've admired about Glenn is he's not afraid to try different things. So many people that I know kind of just float down the river of life. And, they do kind of what's expected, and some of them aren't real happy with those choices. And, life is a choice. Nobody twisted Glenn's arm to come out here. But I think he's been very inspirational to viewers and to those of us around it to think about how do you want to live your life. So what lessons do you draw from coming out here and seeing firsthand what we've watched on TV?
I mean, I guess I feel a lot similar to how you do, where seeing someone just like pursue what they want to pursue and not really think about like traditional mindsets, I really appreciate that. I mean, there's a lot of people I know that I think we talked about it last night a little bit, where it's like the only thing they're thinking about is the next house, boat, shoes, whatever material thing they're going to be getting. And I don't know, I mean, over the course of my life, I don't think that stuff makes me particularly happy. And I'm still trying to figure out exactly what does make me happy. But I know, like, doing creative stuff and doing podcasting or doing comedy or whatever is one of the things it definitely does. And so I don't know what that exact plan looks like. I might have to consult your brother Neil a little bit, because I'm thinking about possibly building out a van and living out of it, which would be sort of my version of this, I think. But I don't know. I'm still weighing my options a little bit, but seeing someone do this stuff definitely makes me think, like, do I really want to be X years old and thinking like, oh, I should have done that? And I mean, I don't know if that's the takeaway from the show, to live in a van or not, but
Right. One of the things that I've learned, and I don't know that so much was from Life Below Zero, but maybe, I think I mentioned earlier, this is part of my 60th birthday, and so I'm a little further down the trail than you, Adam, obviously, and even a little bit further down the trail than Glenn, but he's catching me quick. The real precious commodity in life is time. There's not a lot of time. People chase money, and they chase it hard. And I would guess, 95% of the people are chasing money, and, stressed out to the max, and, juggling the kids and the job, and this isn't right, and that isn't right. And it's not going great for a lot of people. And, I'm not sure there's a huge correlation between happiness and money. I know people that are extremely wealthy that are just miserable, and I know people that don't have two sticks to rub together that seem awfully happy. Time is a precious thing, and really thinking about how you want to spend your time, who do you want to spend it with, how do you want to make a difference in the world, who do you want to help, how do you want to help them. To me, that's a big lesson, and it's just reinforced by coming out here. It's been a lot of fun. gets you thinking, okay, tomorrow I got a choice. Well, how am I going to spend it? And we all do.
Yeah, I agree. And I think going off of that is just who I'm spending time with is probably the biggest thing for me. Like what you were saying about being out here and being by yourself. I am somebody that likes to be alone, but also being around other people and people that, I don't know, don't take energy away from you, that are inspiring or interesting or driven or whatever that looks like. It's easy to kind of fall into being around people that are in negative mind spaces and not trying to do anything. So I don't know.
This is a good place to come and just reflect on things, isn't it? Look back at life and think about what you want to do next. Like, Tom, you're 60 years old, and you lived a very different life from me. But it's just been awesome for me to come out here and listen to these stories you've been telling me about running businesses, being a CEO of a public corporation, what that involves. I mean, it's just fascinating, and I get a lot of inspiration from your stories and from your knowledge that you've gained during your life. It's not so much what you do in life, it's how you do it, and just listening to things that you learned that I would never do. I mean, I would never live that lifestyle that you've lived and do those things, but you come to some very similar conclusions that I've come to living my lifestyle.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think one of the things that I've learned, we all go through frustrations in life, and if this person if my boss was just better, or my girlfriend or my wife or my boyfriend or my dad or my whoever would just do something different, my life would be better.
Mm.
And after trying to solve those puzzles for 60 years, I think the place to focus your time and energy is on yourself. How do you improve yourself? Farm your own land. What can you do today that'll help make you better for tomorrow, next week, next year? And that can be in many different areas. It can be in health and exercise and fitness. It can be in learning. It can be in community service. It can be in, hundreds probably of different ways. But trying to improve yourself, trying to be a better person, trying to be kinder, trying to be more helpful, trying to be a member of society, contribute in some way. Nobody's going to solve all the problems we got. We got plenty of problems, but you can help on some. And I think that's a big lesson of 60 years is trying to improve.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of like, it's funny because you were saying, the meditative, reflective environment here. Like I've been trying to think of like specific things to talk about for this episode, and it's like, it's been really peaceful being here, and I personally kind of have a lot of noise back at home right now, and coming here, it's like I've been racking my brain on specific things to ask you, but more than anything, I just want to say thank you for having us up here, and thanks for setting up the whole deal, and it's been a lot of fun, and I don't know if I want to stay a whole lot longer.
Whole winter?
Yeah.
The whole winter might not be a good deal.
But I really appreciate, you coming on the pod, and you as well, Dad. Thank you.